Welcome to the Amy McManus Show. Some interesting pro-life news across the country this past week. Out of Oakland, California, the Appellate Division of the Alameda Superior Court has dismissed all criminal charges against Oakland pro-life witness Pastor Walter Hoy. He was arrested in May of 2008, charged and found guilty and imprisoned for peacefully counseling and picketing at a local abortion clinic. He was charged under a 2008 City of Oakland bubble zone ordinance, it's called, which prohibits pro-life protesters outside of abortion facilities from standing within 8 feet of women seeking abortions. Basically what they did here in Oakland was to preemptively pass a law that has nothing to do with free speech and has more to do with just having a bias towards pro-lifers, stating that no one could stand outside these clinics and have free speech or hand out pamphlets or anything like that. They can do it everywhere else in the country, but they preemptively passed this bubble ordinance law saying that you could not do it at the abortion clinic. In 2009 of January, he was found guilty of 2 counts of unlawfully approaching women entering an abortion facility. Isn't that great? They passed a law unlawfully approaching women entering an abortion facility, which was that 8 feet. He was not actually entering, but that 8 feet was the key, which is a misdemeanor that they had, based on what they had passed. In the sentencing hearing, Judge Stuart Hing of Alameda Superior Court stated that he would not impose any fine or jail time on the Reverend if he agreed to stay away from the abortion facility, and he did not. He refused those terms. So then they did impose a 30-day jail sentence and a $1,130 fine and ordered him to stay 100 yards away from the abortion facility for 3 years. In August of the same year, an appeal by Reverend Hoy to federal court failed when U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer ruled that Oakland's bubble zone ordinance was constitutional. He said the law protects access to health care while allowing protesters to express their opinion. Legal Defense Fund lawyer Michael Millen said he's going to appeal this ruling to the Ninth Circuit and commented on Judge Breyer's decision. He said, quote, "It is now illegal to stand still on a sidewalk and extend your arm to hand out a piece of literature." So he's hoping the Ninth Circuit Court is not going to buy it. Mark this day down, he says. On this day, the federal court judged that it is unconstitutional to put someone in jail for a year for holding out a hand with a leaflet, and so they are expecting that appellate case to occur within the next few months. Reverend Hoy told reporters he's overjoyed at the decision and is looking forward to resuming what he calls life-saving sidewalk witness at the Oakland abortion clinic. Also out of Fargo, North Dakota, State's Attorney Birch Burdick said he will not file criminal charges against an abortionist, a woman by the name of Lori Lynn Thorndike. She's been committing illegal abortions at the Red River Women's Clinic in Fargo for a couple of years. Her medical license was lapsed. This is where the problem lies. She still has active medical licenses in South Dakota and Colorado, but it's a Class D felony to perform abortions without a medical license. But the Board of Medical Examiners are kind of just ignoring her, basically. They said, quote, "At this time we are soliciting additional information regarding the complaint against Dr. Thorndike." They said they will discuss it at a meeting for the board in November, and but then all of a sudden they just unilaterally decided to reinstate her license without a hearing, which is totally against regulation. When asked whether the matter will be brought up in future hearings, they did not answer that as well. So basically now what we have going on in Fargo, North Dakota is that abortionists are basically above the law, and refusing to act on these kind of complaints kind of gives the green light to other abortionists to ignore laws regarding how they practice medicine. So we'll see what happens there. Council Bluffs City Council unanimously last week decided to prevent a late-term abortion practitioner from obtaining a parcel of land. What happened was they got word that this guy named Leroy Carhart was looking at a piece of land to buy so that he could build this giant abortion clinic. Basically, it's going to expand his late-term abortion businesses because right now he's already in Iowa and Maryland and in Indiana, but he wants to expand. Apparently, that's not enough. There's a 24,000 square feet plot of vacant city land out there at Council Bluffs, and this is where he wants to put his new abortion center. However, what the council did there was had a special meeting and unanimously said that they would only sell the parcel of land if an abortion facility was not built on it. So, you know, if lawmakers can preemptively prevent a person from handing out leaflets on a sidewalk, well, then perhaps pro-lifers can preemptively create a law preventing an abortion doctor from creating a mega clinic on their property. We take this seriously, said Councilman Matt Schultz. 300 people attended a special meeting to speak out against Carhartt's coming to town. They said they're trying to make the place a positive place to work and to live and to raise families, and that a giant late-term abortion clinic may not jive with raising a family and working in a nice town. So that's what they've done, is preemptively said we are not going to sell this land to this Leroy Carhart because he's putting an abortion clinic there. There really was no discussion about abortion or abortion rights or whether one was pro-life on the council. It wasn't turned into a is abortion wrong or is abortion right issue. It was basically just collectively agreed that that a giant abortion clinic was not the kind of thing they wanted to be known for in Council Bluffs. Another interesting